If she says something like, "I feel so comfortable around you," or "You make me feel safe," she's already thought about being intimate with you on some level, whether consciously or unconsciously. The language that people use can sometimes reveal their deeper feelings and desires. Even if they don't say it outright, often, people don't express their intentions directly. Instead, they drop subtle clues. And when it comes to relationships or dating, those clues can be extremely revealing. It's important to understand that attraction is complex, and people may not always feel ready to be upfront about their feelings, especially when it comes to something as intimate as sleeping with someone. However, when a woman starts saying things like, "I trust you," or "I really enjoy spending time with you," it's a sign that she feels a level of comfort and emotional connection that could lead to something more intimate. So why do these phrases carry weight? First off, trust is a huge factor in building intimacy, both emotional and physical. When someone tells you they trust you, it's an indicator that they're letting their guard down, and this emotional vulnerability is often a precursor to physical intimacy. But it's also important to recognize that these words might not always indicate immediate intentions to take things to the next level. Instead, they can be part of a gradual process where the person is figuring out their own feelings and testing the waters of how deep their connection goes. Sometimes the language someone uses can tell you exactly where they are emotionally, without them explicitly saying, "I'm ready to sleep with you." It's all about understanding the nuance behind the words they choose. For example, if a woman talks about how great the chemistry is between the two of you, it's a strong signal that she's feeling a level of attraction that could potentially lead to something more physical. The thing is, even when a woman is showing interest, it doesn't mean that she's automatically ready for sex. But it does mean that she's open to exploring that possibility. She might be testing to see how you respond to these comments, and if you're receptive, you'll see her begin to open up even more, and the connection between you two will deepen. It's all about reading the situation, understanding her body language, and recognizing the context in which these things are being said. There are no universal rules that apply to every situation, but what's important is being respectful and understanding her boundaries, while also being clear about your own. For instance, if she starts making more intimate comments or joking around about how she likes you in a more flirtatious way, it could be an indication that she's already considering physical intimacy. It's her way of testing your reaction. She might be trying to gauge how you feel about taking things to the next level. So when she says things like, "I can't wait to see you again," or "I've been thinking about you a lot lately," these are the types of things that suggest she's mentally preparing for a deeper connection. The fact that she's already imagining the two of you together in different ways shows that she's open to exploring intimacy. Remember, the key thing is to never rush these moments. Instead, take your time. Let her express herself, and be open to how things naturally progress. It's crucial to allow space for each person to feel comfortable and secure in their decision-making process. When the right moment comes and both of you are ready, that's when things can move forward. But what happens if you notice these signs and you're not sure how to respond? That's where communication comes in. It's essential to talk about your feelings and make sure you're both on the same page about where things are headed. When it comes to relationships and intimacy, mutual respect and clear boundaries are the foundation for any successful connection. So, if she says something like, "I feel like we have such an amazing connection," or "You're the kind of person I could see myself being with," this is another important signal. She's already thinking beyond just the initial stages of dating and is considering the possibility of a long-term connection. Now, this doesn't always mean she's ready to sleep with you, but it shows that her mind is heading in that direction. She's seeing you as someone who might be able to fulfill more than just a casual role in her life. And in turn, that opens the door to exploring intimacy. But always remember that taking things slow and ensuring mutual comfort is key. A comment like, "I can't wait to be close to you," or "I like the way you make me feel," shows an underlying desire for closeness. And intimacy. It's an indication that she's already considering what it would be like to share something deeper with you, both emotionally and physically. But at the same time, don't mistake these phrases for a direct invitation, because it's still important to pay attention to her cues and respond with the appropriate level of respect. When you're both ready, the connection will naturally evolve. But it's all about making sure that you're both on the same page and respecting each other's boundaries. Even when she's expressing things like, "I love spending time with you," or "I wish we could just relax together," these little hints can show that she's more comfortable around you and ready to take things further emotionally and physically. The truth is, people rarely say things just to say them. Words have meaning, and when someone is putting themselves out there, they're likely revealing something deeper about their feelings and desires. So if you're hearing these types of comments, it's essential to take them seriously and understand that there could be an underlying desire for intimacy. Just because she's showing interest doesn't mean you should rush anything. Instead, use it as an opportunity to continue building trust, communication, and emotional connection. If you take the time to understand the signals and move at a pace that's comfortable for both of you, you'll set the foundation for a deeper and more meaningful connection that can lead to the possibility of intimacy. Ultimately, understanding what she's saying and what she might not be saying gives you the insight to know where things are going, and it's up to both of you to create a space where that connection can grow and evolve at its own pace. So next time you hear her say something that hints at something deeper, take a moment to reflect on what it might mean, and remember that intimacy is as much about emotional connection and mutual respect as it is about physical attraction.